Welcome back to another episode of the BILS Podcast.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we took a week off last week.
Yeah.
I wasn't here 2 weeks ago. I've got a baby now. It's a life change for sure.
How do you feel?
I feel good, honestly. Like, he sleeps good through the night. The only nights that suck, because I've been hunting the last 2 weeks-ish, is the days that I go hunting. Like, we'll be in bed by 9 o'clock, and we usually don't get him down by 9:30 until 9:30, 9:45, and then I'm back up at 2 o'clock. So he'll sleep until that 2 o'clock mark. He'll sleep for 5 hours straight and be good. And then there's occasionally he'll wake up in between, but usually he sleeps through, and he'll wake up at 2 on the dot or around that, and then I'm just up because I'm like, I got to be up in 30 minutes anyways to get ready and get on the road. So those days suck. I come home from hunting and I'm just exhausted because I'm 3 hours of sleep last night. I just stomped through the marsh for 3 hours. I'm tired.
Kip still doesn't sleep through the night, so
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, he's been good. Last night was a little rough. He was up off and on last night. Didn't want to stay in his swaddle. Nothing. So I told Joey in the middle of the night, I was like, screw the swaddle. He slept for a little bit, and then he started crying, woke up, and I just couldn't get him back in the swaddle. And I was like, screw it. Just put him in his bassinet. He'll be fine.
I still don't know how to do one of those. So,
bro, we have they make them to where it's Velcro.
Yeah.
So you stick their legs in it, and then you put Velcro over, and then Velcro over. We have that. We have multiple of those, and you pull him out of his bassinet, and his arms are all crunched up here, and you're I know you're crying because you're in pain because your arms are
freaking falling asleep.
Exactly. Come on, dude, just keep your arms down by your side. Just live in the straitjacket for a little bit. Yeah. But and then I wake up this morning, and we do not let him sleep in the bed. Joey's got him sleeping in the bed. And I'm how long has he been in here? I don't know. I was like, he better not have been in here for a couple hours. She goes, what time is it? It was 8:30. She goes, I got him in here 6. I was like, oh. So we got to fight to try and get him to sleep back in his bassinet and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll matter. It's 2.5 hours this morning.
So when Kip was first newborn, you remember he was spitting up all the time.
Yeah.
And so that fool's been in the bed. And but he sleeps the first stretch of the night in his bassinet. Yeah. And then Sydney will get him in the bed and start breastfeeding. But I'm oh, this is gonna be so hard. Yeah,
he spits up a little bit. He spits up when he overfeeds himself. When he just sits there and eats and eats and eats, he'll spit up. But he doesn't spit up an awful lot. And when he does, it's usually at night because that first feed through the night, right when we're going to bed, he'll just eat both sides, 15 minutes per side. He just eats, and it's dude, that's a lot. And then you wake up after 45 minutes of him being asleep, and there's spit up all over the floor. But luckily, he sleeps with his head on his side. So when he spits up, it's all coming out anyways. And he doesn't just a little spit up come out of he projectile spit ups, and it just shoots out of his mouth. So I mean, we got it good with that. But yeah, right. I mean, he's everybody's told us oh, he's preemie, he's gonna be lazy, and that's literally been the case. He eats, sleep, poop. That's it.
Damn. Yeah, that's not a bad life though. So.
No, I mean he's starting to get more life and be up for a little bit longer throughout the days. So last night, I don't know when it was, but I woke up once last night and he's just sitting there in his bassinet, just eyes wide open. And I'm like, dude, it's the middle of the night. Go to sleep. So, okay. But I love it. I'm excited. Awesome. So we've been blessed by our parents and family,
everybody but me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm so upset because he's 2.5 weeks now, right? So yeah, today 2.5 weeks, and I might be the only person that hasn't been able to meet him. And Oliver didn't get to meet him either. Yeah. But Miles and Sophia got to see him. So you asked me when you guys were in the hospital if I can go, and that was first when I started getting sick. Yeah. and then you called me like a week ago. I answered the phone coughing.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're still fucking sick? I was like, I don't know what's going on, dude. Like, I'm dying or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm still coughing.
Yeah.
Like, but I feel fine.
Yeah.
But now everybody else in my house is sick. So.
Yeah. Her mom put together a meal train for like the first 2 weeks that we were home.
Mm-hmm.
So like we've had meals for us every night. And I told Joey the other day, I was like, we need to tell people to bring like portions of what they're bringing, because our fridge for like the first week, everybody was bringing us like mountains of food every night. And I'm like, somebody's coming tomorrow with more food, like dinner and lunch the next day. That's all we need. 4 portions, dinner and lunch the next day.
Dude, when Sydney told me you guys were doing that, I was like, did somebody die? Or like, I've never heard of that. Like when
Meal
somebody
train?
has a baby doing a
dude,
meal train.
yeah.
You guys didn't do it for us, motherfucker?
Oh, my bad. That's my mom. Blame my mom for that.
Nah, I just thought it was funny. Sydney was like, what do you want to take him? I was like, nothing. I was looking at the schedule. I was like, I think everybody's got it, to be honest. And
there's one through the church right now. You guys can sign into that one.
No, I'm good. I'm good. And then, your mom said something like about her parents being over like every day or something.
Yeah, so Joey's mom and stepdad have been over quite a bit. Like not every day, but they've been over. They've been over very often. Like especially her mom, because her mom works at Doctors. So like she gets off work and she's like, "Hey, can I come over for a little bit?" So like Friday night, her mom came over at like 7:30 or something when she got off work and was hanging out until like 9:30.
So I wanted to ask you, how was the experience in the hospital?
It was
and I
good.
don't mean the sleeping in the shitty couch, but
Bro, honestly, it ain't that bad.
it's not.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people like, "Oh, that thing's the worst thing in the world. You'll never get any sleep." I'm like, dude, I've slept on way worse, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like when I was working in the Grand Canyon, we slept on mattresses that were this thick on top of not even a spring like frame, just a steel frame, and you could feel the bars coming into your back through the notepad.
I've seen some like funny ass TikToks about that though, like practicing sleeping. Like for whenever you're in the hospital and a dude's like laying on a table like this. I'm like, it's not that bad.
It's not, dude. I like.
And you're not really sleeping that much anyways.
Yeah.
So, because she's not allowed to sleep holding the baby unless you're up.
Yeah.
So, like, or they'll just take the baby from her and put him in the bassinet.
Which I mean, he was good in the bassinet the whole time, anyways. Like we never had that problem. Joey, she did not sleep much at all the whole time we were there. Excuse me. So, we went in on a Tuesday. She slept that whole night. Like she was up through the day and then slept that whole night because she had to be induced. She was preeclamptic, so it was like, and it was fast too. Like she woke up Monday and was just swollen. Like did not feel good, nauseous, everything, and she took her blood pressure, and her blood pressure was like crazy through the roof, and like normal blood pressure for her, I think is like 120 over 80 or something like that. So that's like a normal, like 120, 130 over between like 75, 85, I think. When she took her blood pressure the first time, it was like 160 over 100 or something, which is like crazy. The highest one that I had seen from her was like 171 over like 105.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's bad.
It's crazy. It's bad. That's super bad. So, like we went in Tuesday morning. She went to work for like a few minutes, and I was actually on my way to Livermore to help Isaiah, and she called me like right as I was getting on 205 up there back behind Tracy, and as soon as she called me, I literally got off 132 on the Highway 5 in standstill traffic. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, well, like if you'd called me 30 seconds ago, I could have taken the Chrisman exit and just turned right back around. But I literally sat in traffic for like 45 minutes just from where 132 connects to Highway 5 just to the next exit, Corral Hollow, which is like a mile and a half. It was like 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So then I finally turn around, get to the hospital and everything. And like I had called her on my way there, and I was like, "So what are they like? What's the doctor saying?" And she's like, "Just get here." And I was like, "What are they saying? Like, don't leave me on a cliffhanger. Like, what are they saying?" And she's like, "Just get here, just get here. I just want you to get here." And I was like, "All right." So I walk in. She goes, "We're having a baby." I was like, "What?" she's like, "Yeah, we're not leaving without a kid." I was like,
Damn.
like that's when it like hit me like, holy crap! Like I'm about to have a kid. Like just a big rush. And so Tuesday night, like they were trying to induce her. They give her multiple medications and everything through Tuesday. She slept all Tuesday night. Wednesday, they were trying more. By Wednesday afternoon, like 4:00 in the afternoon, Wednesday, she was like starting to really not feel good, and like having contractions consistently, like not feeling good at all. But they started this new one of the medicines earlier, because I think it was 12 hours you got to do it for. It's either 12 or 24. And she had to wait until like midnight before they started a new method. So the doctor came in and was like, I'm going to do some blood work, see what everything looks like. And then from there, we'll decide whether we should do C-section or if you want to keep trying to get induced. So they took her, did run labs, did blood work. She was getting worse. So we were like, let's just cut him out of you. Let's do a C-section, get him out of there. That way, nothing gets worse with you.
Yeah.
Like that'd be the worst thing to happen. So we were like, we don't want to go through with the induction anymore. Like, let's just stop it. Let's do C-section, get it over.
Because they were going to try one more, right?
Yeah, so there was one more method that they were going to try. And we were like, no, there's no point. Because you got to do it for like if you're going to do it, it has to last like 12 hours or something like that. And then that's only like, if they were to do that, it would last 12 hours. That's only to get her like halfway dilated. And then they start pushing Pitocin, I think it's called. And that induces her, like that'll help speed up the induction and everything. But we were like, nah, like there's no point in waiting for you to get worse. Like, let's just get it over with. So 1:45 in the morning on Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Little baby boy.
That's cool, man. So how was it watching your wife on the table while also, like, trying to be with him?
So, like, I was with her for the first portion, and they got him out of there, and they were like, hey, Dad, you can come over, like, see the baby and everything. So I went over, saw the baby. Then we brought him to her. They did, like, 10 seconds of skin to skin. And then they were like, all right, Dad, you can go with the baby. Like, we're going to get Mom closed up and everything. So it was fast. Like, it was super fast. It like once I got out of the room, it felt like forever. Like once we went into recovery with the baby, it felt like a lifetime until Joey finally got to us. But no, it was pretty quick. It only took like an hour.
Yeah.
It was 45 minutes to an hour or so, and she was cut open and closed up, all good to go.
Oh yeah.
So
did he cry right away? Like everything?
Oh yeah, everything, yeah. Dude. He was perfectly healthy. Like couldn't have asked for it to go any smoother. So, I mean, the first 2 days obviously weren't too smooth because of her blood pressure and everything, and then it was a little rough for the couple days after. Just obviously not getting any sleep that night because we were up the whole time, and then the first night we had him like with us. It's like we have nurses and stuff around, but like it's just me and you in the room to like take care of the baby, like just getting used to all that stuff, and it's learning how to swaddle, like all that stuff. It was fun. It was an experience for sure. So I feel like I picked it up pretty quick, like the swaddling and everything. Obviously, I've got like diaper experience with all the ding dongs you guys have. Like I felt more prepared than a new dad usually is.
That's good, dude.
Shout out to my sister for giving me some test runs and practice trials.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, I was like with the swaddles and stuff. I was like asking the nurses to slow down while they were doing it. Like I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
Because like obviously we have 3 kids, but the boys were 2
Yeah.
when we met. So like
They were past that.
Yeah. Like I've never done the baby thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. I mean, like I kind of had the gist of it. Like I could picture what it looked like, and then I saw the doctor do it a couple times, or the nurses, and I was like, okay, I think I can do it. My first couple swaddles, I was like, I was saying it like within 30 seconds, homeboy was out of it, and so I was like, all right, like I just kept on doing it and doing it and doing it, and Joey's like, I want to swaddle him, and I'm like, I'm just trying to learn it, like just let me learn it real quick, and then like once I get it, like you can start swaddling. That way, at least one of us knows how to do it, so we can get it done. So like I learned it, and we really only swaddled him in the hospital just because we have those swaddle things that we used once we got home. So those things come in handy because they've got the little pocket where you stick his legs into, and all you got to do is put one arm down and then Velcro it over his chest, and then take the excess of that, wrap his other arm and put it behind his back, and then take the top and Velcro it over the top.
Yeah, we have those.
Yeah.
We got those because he hated like being wrapped in the blanket. So we bought those, and then we did that like one time. But the one we got was like, it was too big for him, and he just hates his arms being constrained. Like even when you wrap him in his blanket, in his sleep, he's like,
that's how he is. Yeah. That's how you leave him in a blanket, and like within 30 seconds, his arms, like that's why regular swaddles while we were in the hospital, his arms were out in 30 seconds. Like doesn't matter how you can
skateboard.
Dude, you can tie that thing as tight as you want. He's getting out of it. Like his arms are coming free. That's why I told Joey last night. I was like, take the thing off of him. Like just take the swaddle off. Leave it at that. Let's go to bed. I'm tired. Like, because I looked over, like I swaddled him in one, and he slept in that one. I don't even think he slept in that one. Like he laid down in that one for like 15 minutes and started crying. And I'm like, oh no, like this is gonna be a long night. So I brought him out. I took him out of his bassinet because he sleeps on my side. Took him out of his bassinet. Took him out of that thing. And I was like, give me the other one. So I wrapped him in the other one, laid him down. He slept for like an hour and a half or so, and he was up crying after that. And I was like, screw it. We're not doing swaddles. Like, we're done with
it. So I just started baby leave.
Yep.
But last week, Sydney went back to work, which
I heard was rough.
It's like you're sitting there and you're like, he's only 4 months old.
Yeah.
And my wife has to go back to work.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a long time because of the C-section. Like, I feel like that's longer than like my buddy that had a baby like 2 weeks after me. His wife was back at work like a month and a half ago. So I'm like, that was a long time. It's not enough.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, I'm glad that I get the time with him. Like, I'm grateful.
Oh yeah.
But like whenever so she left at 4:30. I gave him a bottle at like 5:30 because he had been screaming for an hour. And he was sick too, so
yeah, it doesn't help.
Yeah. And then she didn't get home until like 11:30. This fool probably slept like a total of 30 minutes. And it was it was rough, but I know it was because he was sick, because literally this last week he's like started feeling better, and like Sydney will be holding him and feeding him, and then as soon as he's off it, he like starts looking at me like he wants me to get him. I just hold him all the time now. So
did my sister tell you what happened when me and Johnny came over here to get your waiters?
Oh, freaking screaming at Johnny.
He saw Johnny and started screaming, dude. It was awesome. I thought it was so funny. I should have brought your waiters back for you. I have them at my house. I didn't even think of it.
I'm not using them.
I got your drill at my house still too.
Oh yeah,
he let me borrow months ago.
Well, you just got your saw back from here, and with no batteries, so that's cool.
There was one battery on it, which that's all I needed it for. But yeah.
Yeah. How long ago did we finish the shed? I mean, we just missed our first week. We finished the shed, and then we recorded a podcast the next day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we did 15 episodes in a row. Well, 14, and then me and Daniel did 15, I believe.
So and then 16, so like 4 months. Yeah. It's about 3.5, 4 months.
Yeah. So Solace that entire time.
Yeah. I know. I'd fix my bike up a little bit. I put a piece of plywood on the back of it so I could me and Johnny bought a mini sled so we could stick the mini sled on the back of it and just take that with us when we go hunting. It's a lot easier than having everything on your back.
Yeah.
Or just having like a little, because I used to keep a milk crate on the back of it. So just putting everything in a milk crate. But you get the mini sled and it's a lot easier because then you can drag everything behind you as you're going in. So that's a lot nicer.
So how is it leaving in the morning, like with the newborn? I know he's not really doing shit.
It's honestly easy. So. It's an easy process. Like
no, I mean like how do you feel leaving? Not like actually leaving.
Oh, honestly, it's not like there's nothing that I really worry about when I leave. Just because Joey feeds him and then just puts him back in his bassinet and he goes back to sleep. And then he usually sleeps until 6 o'clock or so. And by that time, like once she gets up, I'll usually call her by like 7:30 or so, check on her, make sure she's all right and everything. And then from there, I'm usually done hunting by 9 o'clock. So I just call her once I get in the truck on the way home and make sure she's still good and everything. So it's not like I haven't really, the first day, maybe I worried about it a little bit, like leaving, like, dang, I kind of feel like a dirtbag, like leaving and going hunting and stuff. But now that I've done it a couple times, it's like, it's not that bad. Just because I'm only gone for a few hours that he would be awake even. So I'm not like, a lot of people have asked me that, like, you're okay with leaving like that? And like, it's through the night anyways. Like, she's not going to get up till 7, 8 o'clock. I'm home by 10:30, 10:45. She's only up for 2.5 hours with them while I'm gone. So,
okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not that bad then.
Yeah, it's not terrible. The real trick is going to be like through December and January if I start hunting a little more, like seeing how that's going to go. That'll be the kicker, is if I start hunting all day in like late December and January and stuff. That'll be the real testament to if I can be gone all day or not.
I would probably say no. But yeah, I was just wondering because like obviously like I'm still here when I come out here.
Yeah.
But I'm out here for a few hours.
Yeah.
Like every time. So I'm like I feel guilty and I'm, 40 feet from them. So
yeah.
I was just wondering how you were feeling like.
Yeah, like I said, I did the first time. The first time I was like, I kind of feel like a dirtbag. Like, especially when I like asked Joey, like, is that all right if I go for a little bit in the morning? Like, I felt super bad. She's like, why do you feel bad? She's like, it's like, this is your time of the year. If I'm okay with you going, you shouldn't feel bad. And I'm like, I know you got a point. So like I was beating myself up for a little bit, like what after I asked her and everything, and I was like, I feel terrible. She's like, well, it's up to you. If you don't think you should go, don't go. If you think you'll be all right going, then go. I'm okay with you going. And like, so we've kind of talked about that, and she knows that like if at any point in time I need to come home, call me and I'll be home in 30 minutes. Like, don't worry about it.
Maybe not 30 minutes, but
I can make it home pretty quick from there. I've tested that in the mornings recently, leaving late with being up with the baby and everything. But hunting's been good though. Decent. This last week was a little rough, but it's been pretty decent. Opening day we smashed them. I haven't talked about that on here yet. We killed 14 green opening day by 9:07. I got the timestamp for it. So that was awesome. The second day we killed a few ducks. It's kind of how it's been since. Just a few ducks here and there. Like, I didn't hunt opening Wednesday. Obviously, I was in the hospital. Johnny hunted that following weekend, and he killed, I think, 2 birds apiece each day. That second weekend. And then that very next Wednesday, I was the first morning that I went out, and I killed 2, and I was back home by like 10:30. And then we had Johnny's incident Saturday. I'm not going to put him on blast, but homeboy's not allowed on a refuge right now for sure. Then that Sunday we went out, we killed 6, killed 3 apiece. And then I hunted Wednesday. It was garbage. And then Saturday we killed 3.
That was his birthday too.
Yeah, it was on his birthday. He was ready to cry, bro. I've never seen him so hurt in my life. But he did to himself.
He didn't go somewhere else?
No, he couldn't. He got kicked out for the day. Like he wouldn't have been able to go anywhere. So, yeah. So then this weekend, Saturday, we go to where he got in trouble at, and the dude was like, I handed the dude my license, and he goes, "They haven't called you yet?" It's like, what? Called me? What are you talking about? And then my brother hands him his license, and he goes, "Oh, you?" He's like, they haven't talked to you yet?" And Johnny's like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to be able to let you on today." And Johnny's like, "What? Why?" And he's like, "Just because I know about the whole situation, like, I can't let you in today." And before that, like, on our way, we thought we had a resi. We thought we had a number 9 resi. We pulled into the parking lot, and I was like, dude, I don't think that, like, there's something off about that, because Johnny thought the resi was number 17, but it wasn't. It turns out that his resi was for the 17th, and it was a number 9. And Saturday was the 16th. So we showed up thinking we had a resi, and then got in the parking lot, and I looked at it, and I was like, this is for tomorrow, you nitwit. Like, and he's like, oh, my bad. So then we waited for everybody to get checked in, and then we checked in. We tried to check in, and the dude's like, yeah, like, he looked at me, he goes, I can let you hunt, but I can't let him hunt. And then they were talking about how it might be like a statewide ban for Johnny. So, like, he won't be able to hunt at all.
What a fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah. So,
you're lucky that it didn't expand to you, too.
They said it. The dude said it might.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Like, I don't want to get into details about it, but I didn't get cited. I didn't get in trouble. The game warden literally told me I could go if I like. I still hunted that day. I literally dropped him back off at the check station, then went back out and hunted for like an hour, and it was garbage. So I just packed up and left. But I'm like, I literally got in trouble for nothing. Why would I get booted for the year? That'd be stupid. I'm gonna be livid. But
your whole last name is banned.
Yeah. But yeah. So then we just packed up and went to we just got in the truck and went to another refuge and hunted another refuge in the morning. And then we hunted yesterday too. Yesterday was boo-boo. We were packed up by 8:30. Garbage. I don't know. We got some weather coming though, so it's supposed to get a little better.
It's been freezing. It's freezing. It's freezing in here right now.
It's good though. I love it.
I was telling Sydney the other day because I was out here streaming at like 7 o'clock, and I was like, I have to get a space heater. It's fucking freezing in here, and I'm trying to use because I'm like doing all the camos.
Oh, okay.
On Call of Duty right now, and I got to the final assault rifle that I didn't have gold, and I'm trying to use it, and it's a single shot, and my hands are frozen. So I'm like, dude, it was miserable.
Yeah, I love it. When I get that first cold, like there was frost on the ground the other day while we were riding our bikes out, and I was like, oh, dude, like let's go. It's that time of year. It's about to get good.
Oh, I love the cold too. I'm just saying, like, in here, it's.
I know when it rained, like that crazy storm that we had a couple weeks ago, or was it last week when it like got super windy and just started pouring out of nowhere?
Yeah.
I look outside and I was like, babe, it's raining outside. And Joey loves the rain. She's like, yes, let's go.
Sydney made hot chocolate for the kids, and we all went and stood on the porch, and then it started raining sideways. So I was like, I'm going inside. The baby's freaking got his beanie on. But
no wonder you guys are all sick.
You don't get sick from the cold, bro.
That's a lie.
It's germs, dog.
You're crazy.
Dude, my kids go to school. I swear to God, their entire classroom uses one Gatorade bottle or something. It's like every month, one of these kids comes home sick.
Yeah. They're at that age. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love the cold though. It's like I said, we were riding bikes out the other day, and I was like, oh, there's frost on the ground. Like, I think it was yesterday morning. I was telling Johnny, I was like, dude, there's frost on the ground. Like, it's about to get good. So hopefully
we have a freeze warning here, and all this week.
Mm-hmm. I know. I saw it this morning driving over here. I was like, oh, freeze warning still. It's supposed to get back up to like the 40s, I think, for like the mornings and stuff. But it's still like the highs are 60s, mid 60s to low 60s. I'm like, that's what I like. It's freezing up in Canada and Washington and Oregon and like northern California, starting to freeze. And I'm like, oh yeah, hunting's about to get good. It's cold, getting into the holidays. Favorite time of year.
Yep. No, I'm so ready. Like, I don't know. Sydney already put up the Christmas tree. I'm like, it's a bit early for me, dog. But
I'm the same way. Joey's like, let's put our Christmas tree up as soon as Halloween's over. Like, as soon as it's November 1st, she's ready to put a tree up and like do all the things. I'm like, no, there's another holiday before Thanksgiving or before Christmas. Let's celebrate that holiday, and then we'll celebrate Christmas. Like, yes, I'm excited for Christmas. Like, birth of Jesus, best time of year, obviously. But like, it's December's holiday. It's not November's holiday. November's holiday is Thanksgiving. Like, that's what we celebrate in November. Like, there's a lot to be thankful for, and waiting for Christmas is one of those things.
Yeah, so our Christmas tree's up, stockings are up. Sydney so whenever I had my apartment, we had a smaller Christmas tree, and then we tried to put that one up our first year in the house, and I was like, that's too small. Let's just go get a new one.
Yeah.
And we took that one down, got the new one up, and then we bought the kids like these little like 3-foot trees, and this year Sydney put the 6-foot one in Sophia's room.
I saw that.
So Sophia has the a full-size Christmas tree in her bedroom, and then the twins both have the little 3-foot ones. So, yeah. I feel like people do. I was just thinking about it. I feel like people do it just because then they have to sit there and stare at it for 2 months. So it kind of makes the season a little longer, you know? Like, you just sitting there staring at the stockings sitting on the thing, and you're staring at the Christmas tree, and it kind of makes it seem like the holidays are a little longer. So, but yeah, I'm one that's like, Christmas has its time. It's got a whole month. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like Christmas.
Yeah.
But I'm like, whatever.
Are you a Christmas tree down by New Year's kind of guy? Or are you okay if it
I'm
rolls
just
over?
whatever my wife wants to do, to be honest, but I could care less.
I'm tree down by New Year's just because that's how we grew up, because my mom's birthday's on January 2nd. And she's like, this Christmas tree better be down before my birthday. So Christmas was all like, by New Year's Eve, Christmas was wrapped up and done with, because it was going into my mom's birthday. So that translated over for me. And I'm like, December 31st, that's the last day. Like, now we're going into the new year, new slate. We're not dragging anything from last year into this year with us, Christmas tree included.
Yeah, I used to love like New Year's. I liked New Year's better than Christmas. Obviously, like when I was in Virginia, I was alone. Yeah. So it was like Christmas, all the guys would get together, we'd go out to dinner or whatever. But like New Year's,
yeah, Christmas.
Obviously, we're all freaking partying and stuff.
So Christmas is like Christmas. What's that movie with the Wolf of Wall Street? Christmas is like when Leonardo DiCaprio goes to work and he's like suit, tie, looking nice. New Year's is when he gets back to the house and he's falling out of the Lamborghini.
Yeah. So, you have Thanksgiving plans? Are you ready?
Dude, what are we doing? Are we not doing a Thanksgiving this year for our family?
Nope.
Like,
your mom's coming here.
Is she? Mm-hmm. But you guys aren't like doing like a formal.
Sydney says she didn't want to host everyone, and your mom still doesn't have plans for actual Thursday. And I know you guys have plans like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I was like, I'm not doing that many Thanksgivings, so I'm good. Yeah, we're not like Sydney and I were just gonna stay home, make a turkey for ourselves, and Dulce's having Christmas at her house, or Christmas,
Thanksgiving.
God, dude, Thanksgiving on Friday with Tony and them.
Oh, okay.
So,
are you guys gonna go to that?
No.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of sad. I was like, dang, my family's like, because I'm not doing anything with my dad.
But you plan 3 Christmases, or oh my God, dude, 3 Thanksgivings before you even reached out.
I didn't plan nothing. Joey's like, hey, Thanksgiving for this side's this day. Thanksgiving for this side's this day. Like, I just started popping up in group chats like, hey, we're having Thanksgiving at our house on this day at this time. So I just...
Well, it's not my fault. I don't care. I mean, Thanksgiving's awesome, but...
I know Thanksgiving's usually like a big holiday for my mom because usually it's like she either travels or we get family coming here, which this year it sucks because it's supposed to be our family's year to come out here, and it seems like they never do anymore. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's no getting my grandpa out of Oklahoma.
No.
You're gonna need to bring an army in there to get him off of his property.
Hard to blame them for that one, to be honest. I wouldn't come to California either.
But usually, like, my aunt and uncle will come out here for Thanksgiving, and that's usually pretty cool. My uncle, every time he comes out here, they always rent a Camaro. Yeah. He drives that thing like he's Batman or something.
Jesus.
But, yeah, I love Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving.
I love Thanksgiving too, but this year we don't have the kids. So, but they come home at 7. So we're like...
On Thanksgiving?
Yeah, 7 p.m. So I was like...
What?
I was like, that's kind of an awkward time for us to be like... Because, like, my dad's... Somebody in their family's hosting it, I don't know. Mm-hmm. And they invited us to go over there, but we're like, the kids come home at 7.
Yeah.
Like that's
you guys are having dinner at 5:30. We got to be back home at 7 to pick up the kids. Like, it's...
Exactly.
That's the dumbest... Like... Do either later or do earlier.
Even our Christmas schedule is stupid. It's so we get them noon to noon. Yeah. Christmas Eve to Christmas Day.
That's not bad though.
I don't know, like as a kid you want to wake up to Christmas. So like but they'll be with us. So what? I don't even know what day Christmas is this year.
It's on Wednesday.
Okay, so they'll wake up Christmas Eve. We'll do our Christmas then. Mm-hmm. But then they have to wait till noon the next day to go to their dad's and open presents over there. So it's like...
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a lose-lose situation. Like you're always going to wake up at one house and not the other.
Yeah.
So I don't know what time when we were kids we would do the transition. But I don't think it was that late. I think it was like 10 or 11. But we were big Christmas kids growing up. Like me, my brother, and my sister, we were up at 5:30, like running in their mom and dad's room, banging on the door, waking them up, like, hey, let's get this show on the road. Mm-hmm. So,
one Christmas, me and my stepbrother got the same. I want to say it was Rainbow. We both got Rainbow Six Siege, mm-hmm. and we went and opened it. It was in our stocking. At like 3 o'clock in the morning, we went and grabbed it, played it all night, put it back in the stocking in the morning. Yeah, it was.
I don't know if there was probably a couple Christmases where I did that type of stuff, like go look in the closet and look for Christmas presents and stuff. But as I got older, like in the middle school and high school and stuff, my mom would literally just take you to the store and go, pick out what you want. I'll wrap it and you can have it for Christmas. My dad did the same thing too. So we used to go to, when I was with my dad for Thanksgiving, we'd go to San Jose for our San Jose family. And on the way back, we'd stop at the Gilroy outlets. Like we'd sleep in San Jose until like close to midnight. And then whenever they opened the Gilroy outlets, we'd make sure that we were there when they opened for Black Friday. And my dad's like, you guys have this much money to spend for Christmas. Like, buy what you want, and you don't get it until Christmas. Like, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that month before sucked because we're like, come on, bro. I know, like, just give it to me. Like, if you're going to tell me what I'm getting, just let me have it. But, I mean, it was cool.
Yeah, you still get to wake up and open presents. So,
yeah.
I mean,
And then on top of that, like, it's stuff that we want. Mm-hmm. Like, for sure that we want. That's how I am. Like, with my birthday and stuff like that, I'm like, get me what I tell you to get me. Like, I promise I'm not, like, whether you guys all band together and buy it or whether it's small stuff and you can all buy it individually, like, give me what I want. I don't want, like, don't surprise me. Because you surprise me with some stupid gift. Like, one, I'm not a person that could put on a fake face and be like, oh, thank you.
Oh, I am.
My face is going to say, this sucks. But I'm going to say thank you. Johnny's the opposite. Johnny can like play that off. So like, oh my God, I love it. This is awesome. then he gets to the car and he's like, what the heck did you just buy me? I'm the complete opposite. My face is going to tell you the whole time that this sucks and I don't like it. But I'm still going to be like, oh, thank you. Like, I love you. You suck. But
I don't know. I mastered that as a kid. Like, I was so good at, like, pretending, like, you know, grandma getting you a sweater or something, like, sat in the back of your closet till it didn't fit you type of thing. But, yeah, like, my birthday was last week, and Sydney was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, I'll put it in your Amazon shopping cart. And then she still wrapped it, and I was like, thank you. Like, I appreciate that. But, and then, like, Daniel was asking her what she was getting me because he wanted to get me the hat. And because we had literally, like, since opening day of the Niners season, they've, like, everybody on the sideline wears these hats. And I was like, I want one of those so bad.
I remember you telling me about that, like, after the first or second game, like, dude, those hats are sick.
And then he's like, I had to dig deep to get that thing. And he's like, but I text your wife making sure she didn't get it. And he was like, or she was like, no, like, he told me what to buy him, and it wasn't the hat. And he was like, he doesn't like surprises. No, I want shit that, like, I'm gonna use.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I got myself a couple things, which is nice. But
yeah, I'm that way too. Like, just give me some money, give me some cash, and I'll go buy what I want. Like, my dad does that. My dad, I blame my dad for that, because my dad, like, growing up, he's like, here's $100 for your birthday, do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Like, my dad made me that way. My mom too, because my mom would take us for Christmas shopping. I'd always be in the store with her. She's like, what do you want? I'm like, she'd give me a couple things that, like, she'd try and surprise me with, that she'd throw in the cart that I didn't see or something. But like, for the most part, it was like, what do you want? Like, this is the set dollar amount that you have. Like, what do you want? So
my dad called me the day before and was like, what do you want? And I was like, a controller. Yeah, like, cool. Oh,
speaking of that, hey, Thanksgiving's coming up. They're probably doing Turkey Bowl. You want to go play football Thanksgiving morning?
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't interfere with me watching football, then
it usually doesn't. Usually we're done before the first game starts.
Okay.
But I'm going to talk to PK.
Is it flag football?
Yeah, it's flag football. It's flag football.
I'm too grown for that now.
Oh, you want to get hit? We can go to Downey and play Turkey Bowl at Downey or something. Yeah, I see pictures and stuff of people playing football on Thanksgiving. I'm like, you guys are, you know, you got to go back to work on Monday, right? Like,
yeah. Have you seen the videos of the 38U? I lose it every time I see that. Like, they're like cracking each other. And I'm like, don't you guys got to work?
Yeah.
Like, this is,
bro, that's what I used to play in.
I know.
That's what I used to play
I know
in.
it. I started showing friggin' Zach videos, and he was like, you know, Chase played in that till he was like 21 or something. I was like, God damn, dude.
Yeah, it was fun, but like, dude, the leagues that we have out here are just so ghetto. Like, dudes are bringing guns to the games, like, flashing guns after. Like, if someone hits you too hard or says something to you that you don't like, then it's on the set. Like, yeah. So I had to stop doing that. I was like, this is not good for me to be around. It was fun to, like, for me, it was like, okay, cool. I get to keep playing football. I've been doing this my whole life. And I missed out on a couple years of football in high school. Shout out to my sister. She wrecked the car that
Oh, yeah.
so I had to miss out on a couple years of football in high school. So, like, getting to play after was like, all right, cool. Like, I feel fulfilled now. Like, I got my piece in. So
yeah, that's dope, dude. The election's over.
Thank God.
Finally, dude.
Yeah. The week or so leading up to that was
even the week after.
Yeah.
Like,
delete me on Facebook if you voted for Trump. Like, if you support Trump, like, leave a comment so I can delete you and block you.
So
what?
So my dad has so it was my grandma's funeral, right? And we went after, like, back to my dad's house.
Yeah.
And we have family in Oregon. Oregon. And they saw my dad's Trump flag, and everybody was like, oh, well, you changed my vote. Like, And I was like, oh God, dude. Like, and it was my cousin's wife that I've never met him.
Yeah.
And he's like 30 something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh my God, dude. Like, this is, yeah. I don't understand like the wanting Trump to fail. Like,
Bro, and
I didn't vote for Biden.
It's the same thing as California. It's not Oregon. It's Portland.
Yeah.
Like, it's not California. It's San Francisco and LA.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in Oregon.
Well, I didn't vote for Biden, but I didn't want him to fail.
Yeah, no.
Like,
no.
We're still the United States of America.
Yeah, he's still the president. Like, we still need to thrive. We're still a country. There's still people that live here that need this to be a good place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's one thing too. Like, after that election was huge, Biden versus Trump when Biden won, and it was like, okay, like, it sucks. Trump
15
lost.
15 million more votes.
Yeah, but
this year.
Yeah, like, Trump lost, but like, Biden's still going to be our president. We still need to figure out a way to like rally and make this a great country and make it thrive and keep it where it's at. And they just tanked.
Yeah.
They failed this country worse than I've ever seen.
Yeah, I just don't understand the like all the people like crying on social media and stuff. Like your life is going to get better, hopefully.
Bro, what's crazy is,
and it's not like he can like just make policies for like people like us who voted for him.
Yeah.
Like, it's across the board.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to make everybody's life better.
Yeah. And like, Biden and Harris like turned America red for sure. Have you seen the maps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no full blue states. Like, it was blue cities that were massive.
I think California got more Republican votes than ever.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, if you look at California, the map from 2020 to 2024, like the election map, it's crazy how red California looks. And a lot of people are like, we could flip California by 2028. Like, that'd be sick. Because, I mean, California holds a lot of weight in the election. It's like Texas does. Like, we hold a lot of weight because of how many votes we get and stuff.
I just think you never flip San Francisco. You never flip LA. You never flip Sacramento. Which
I think Sac was red this year.
Was it?
I think so.
Have you been there? Because it's
not in a while.
It's disgusting, bro. Like, we were doing a job outside. I think I actually talked about this, but we were doing a job outside the city hall, and there's just tents, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it is a liberal city.
And I was talking to Joey's aunt and grandma 2 days ago, last night, a couple days ago, something like that. And I was like, if you look at the maps, like, the places that you would want to be red to defend from enemies, foreign, are all blue. It's all people that are going to be unprepared when our borders get attacked. That's where the blue cities are. Like, you want those to be red because the red areas is where people are going to be prepared. Those are the people with arsenals in their safes, like plenty of guns at home to defend from anything. And like, all those areas are blue. That's not good.
No. Yeah, because it's like by the time they get to the red places, they already have strongholds and stuff. Yeah.
But at the same time, by the time they get to the red, like, we'll be more prepared than ever. Because okay, you just gave us a shout out. Like, cool, if you wanted to take a place, that's what we want you to have.
Yeah.
But now you get in here, and I've known that you're coming, so let's go to work.
Yeah, and the whole border thing, like, I'm over it, dude. Like, I don't know if you watched you probably didn't. You really don't have time, but the Elon podcast on Rogan, he broke it down like really well what they were trying to do.
I think, like, I've seen clips of
all the illegal immigrants in and then shipping them to places and then trying to say no voter ID. So, like, thank God.
It backfired.
Trump won because that, like, he was like, this is literally the last election that a Republican has the chance to win.
Yeah.
Because if the Democrats would have won, we would have lived, like, all we would have had was a Democrat nomination.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Democrats would have won every election because you're going to vote for who let you in.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. I think the wildest thing that any, like, president, anything like that has ever said is it's racist to have to show ID. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that the most racist thing you can say? Like, you're literally saying black people can't get IDs?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's more racist than asking to show an ID.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad it's over. Glad we don't have to talk about it anymore.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, like, if you look at it, the team that Trump's putting together and stuff, like, there's a strong lineup for future presidents for us on that side. Like, it's
RFK, like,
Tulsi
Gabbard. I mean, you're talking
Vivek.
Democrats.
Yeah.
He's got 2 out of 4 people around him are Democrats.
Yeah. But they're not like you said in the podcast a month ago or so, like, they just don't play ball.
Yeah.
That's it. They're old school Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the way that my grandparents
voted Democrat.
Mm-hmm. Like, my grandpa was Democrat, but he was working class Democrat. Like, he was a union Democrat.
Mm-hmm. What they used to stand for.
Exactly.
Not all the identity politics and stuff like
you
that.
You get into that, dude. Like,
anybody with kids is like I agree with some of the shit you're saying, but this shit is so far one way that it's like, we need to reel this back a little bit.
You're telling me who's in my daughter's bathroom?
Yeah.
In locker room?
Yeah, or like grown men identifying as a young girl so they could be in a locker room. Yeah. And nah, you get the fuck out of here.
No.
We're not playing
Because guess what? My son would be standing outside that girl's locker room waiting for whoever walks out that's not a female. Mm-hmm. My son's going to be one of the dudes that's waiting for you when you walk out. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how I'm going to raise my son. Because that's not right.
And then Musk and Vivek running the what is it? The
department,
the government efficiency
department, something like that. Yeah. DNI is what it's called.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
That is an incredible thing. It's literally the first ever government program that is supposed to get rid of itself. Yeah. And I don't know, I've seen a bunch of stuff like Elon has like 600 days to do it, or 650 days. So everybody's wondering what he's going to do with the remaining 620 or something like that.
Sit at home, kick his feet up and drink a cocktail.
Yeah. I'm just excited to know, like, because they're going to tell us what the government has been wasting our money on.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm extremely, extremely excited about that.
And, like, once we stop wasting money, putting it into those things, like, that money goes right back into the American pocket. Mm-hmm. Comes right back to us. Makes us a little bit richer. Mm-hmm. Like, look at the things that have already happened around the world because Trump got elected.
Stock market booming.
Gas prices are going down in California a little bit.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
It's down below $4 a gallon.
Oh, that's nice.
So
I don't know. I just paid like $5.20 a gallon in freaking Gustine. I didn't pay it, though.
You're in Gustine. That's why. There's one gas station in Gustine.
It was a company gas card, so whatever. But
yeah, but so that's what I can't wait for Gavin Newsom to get out of office. Like, he just passed a gas tax that our gas is gonna go up this year or next year.
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, it's gonna go up like 85 cents or something like that. And then in another 2 years, it'll go up another like 85 cents. And then another 2 years, like $1 or something. Stupid. Like, what do we need gas taxes for? Or we're taxed on the roads that we drive on. We're taxed on the cars that we drive. We're taxed on everything. Let us have some gas. Like,
yeah, our roads are still shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, don't even get me started on that.
The gas taxes to fix the roads that don't get fixed, or they take 12 years to fix 99.
Yeah, and that fool's begging Biden and Aunt Pelosi for every penny he can get right now.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I don't really I don't follow local politics or anything like that.
Which I think that's one of the most important things to do too. Which I'm terrible at it too.
But I don't even really follow
politics.
I don't really follow politics.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hear
every 4 years.
Everything. I hear everything on Rogan, and then like certain things that I'm like, there's no fucking way, and then I'll look it up. But other than that, like I don't have time to sit there and like click on every article that I see on Twitter or X, whatever it is. Like I don't have time to sit there and read 15, 20 articles a day about what's going on.
Yeah,
like.
That's why the Harris supporters are so well rounded, is because they're sitting at home getting paid by the government. They have nothing but time to do research. That's why we should follow blue.
I just saw this lady on TikTok, I think. It was either Instagram or TikTok. And she's like, so now that Biden's out of office, or like gonna be out of office, like, am I still gonna get my kids' transition money? Apparently this lady's getting $1,000 a month because her kid is transitioning to a cat. Yeah. And apparently they're like, they labeled it as like a disability or something like that. And so like, yeah, I don't know. But I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing.
So my sister's got to go back to work after 4 months. But we're going to pay for this kid's disability because he thinks he's a cat. Mm-hmm. we don't see what's wrong with that.
Yeah.
In this country.
I don't know. I've seen a bunch of stuff about the like $1,000 a month for kids. Like if you want to homeschool your kid. Mm-hmm. I don't know how true that is, but
that'd be sick.
That would be sick. But yeah, I just $1,000 a month, man. And she's like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my mortgage now. And it's like, get a job. Yeah. Tell your kid he's not a fucking cat. Go to school.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we can move off of politics.
Yeah.
Thank
God. We'll be back with our political views in 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I start doing some more research again, because this time around I actually went a little deep off the rails, listening to everything I could get my hands on. And I'm so glad.
I feel like you were pretty well rounded this year, like well versed.
Yeah, I tried. I mean, especially like for this, I tried.
Yeah.
Aliens are real. Living in our ocean. No wonder why NASA went from a government agency that tried to discover our oceans to they got scared, and ever since they've been trying to get us off the planet. So, did you see that?
What?
You didn't see it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, they had like a hearing, and this dude literally said that aliens are living in our ocean, and they've had contact with them for years, and yeah, I was like, but like no details, like literally, like he would say he said that, and then like, well, I can't answer that. Then why the fuck are you even telling us, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, so aliens are real.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Whatever you say, dog. Yeah, we'll take your expert opinion.
Aliens are not real.
What else do we got? I'm on baby leave.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. But yeah. How's that going? You enjoying that?
Started today, so, you know.
Oh, today's the first day?
Yeah, today's my first day off.
So you got, what, a month?
7 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I know.
You're supposed to get 8, but I was like...
So did you file for your stuff today?
I'm going to, yeah.
Okay.
I literally woke up, took a shower, and then came in here.
I filed 2 weeks ago. and I still haven't heard anything about it. They said it takes up to 14 days. So they're going to take the full 14 days. Just to prepare you, they're going to take the full 14 days. Because I called this morning and there was no information on my claim. Because it wasn't, they don't process it until, they say it could take up to 14 days. I've called 4 times in the last week. And every single time I get hung up on because the call lines are too full. Mm-hmm. And apparently I don't find out until tomorrow whether it's been approved or not.
Yeah.
Elon and Vivek, can we get to work? Like,
dude, so my buddy took 1 month off, came back to work for a month, and then took another month.
Yeah.
So the first time around, his identity got stolen. So whenever he was inserting the forms online, like, it didn't know if it was actually him or whoever took his identity.
That
so
sucks.
yeah, so he was screwed on that.
Yeah.
And then he was calling. He finally got through to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
The lady was working from home, so she was like, "Well, I don't have the forms." So, and I'm like, "Wait, what? You're working from home, and yet none of you guys answer the phone?"
Yeah.
Like, how many employees do you guys have?
For real.
Like 8? Like,
Yeah.
I'm so confused on how many people are actually calling this line? Because what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. And then you get on the phone with them. You can't understand them. Mm-hmm. Like the dude from T-Mobile. That was brutal when we switched phone lines because we're on the same phone plan. Like I had that happen to me the other day. I was on the phone. I don't know what I was calling about, but I was talking to one dude, and like I could hardly understand him. And then he transferred me to a chick. It sounded like he just gave the phone to his wife. I'm like, bro. I'm like, this is important stuff.
Oh my god.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. So, anyways, me being off, I was like, I'm gonna use this time, start working on my health, working out. I'm going back on the carnivore diet, starting today.
Nice.
Yeah, no more drinking at all. Probably till New Year's. I'll probably drink on New Year's, but
that's it.
I don't know. I'm tired of feeling like shit. I'm like 28 years old, dude. Like it's not good.
Yeah.
So
I know, dude. So Tyler is doing the carnivore diet right now too, and in the first week or 2 weeks, I may be wrong. He lost like 20 pounds, 25 pounds.
Mm-hmm. The first time I did it for 30 days, and I was like very strict on it.
Yeah.
But I was also fasting as well, and I was not working out at all, and I lost like 25 pounds in like 2 weeks. But I was working at the time, so it's very hard to try and like start it while working.
Yeah.
Because you're like you feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like anytime you try and like transition away from anything, like whether it be nicotine, alcohol, like anything.
Oh yeah, that first week is the first 3 days are brutal.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited to be able to do it from home, like because I mean, the carnivore diet fucks your stomach up too.
Oh yeah,
like it clears you out.
Yeah.
So,
but also that's one thing that sucks about that too, the carnivore diet, and like, is we don't process red meat. Like, it's not easy for our bodies to process red meat. Like it takes a while, and that's why
I'm not doing all red meat. I'm doing a lot of chicken.
So chicken and fish is probably the best things for you to eat, like when you're on carnivore diet, because red meat is honestly not that great for us. Like it's when they say when we die, there's like, I can't remember how much, but there's a lot of unprocessed red meat that our body retains after we die, and they pull out like a couple pounds of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, no, I'm like, cause like getting rid of carbs and stuff, like you start like not feeling the pain in your joints anymore, cause your body's so inflamed.
Yeah.
From carbs and everything. So, and the last time I did the carnivore diet, I was drinking like moonshine and whiskey, and like, so I was still drinking the last time I did it, and like, like the ketosis thing, it doesn't actually like work if you're drinking, screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah,
Like you're still
yeah.
getting sugar and
Yeah.
carbs, and so,
Yeah, which
so,
I mean, your bodies don't need to retain a lot of sugar either, because the only organ that needs it is your brain. So like, you eat fruit every other day,
yeah.
that's enough sugar to keep your
We'll see
brain
which
functioning.
ones I'm not allergic to, because
Yeah.
I just keep finding new ones. So,
But that's also the best sugar for you, is natural sugar from fruit and stuff. So, like strawberries are really good for you. Sucks for you because you don't get to enjoy them. Cherries are really good. Like,
yeah, I don't think I can do those either.
are you serious? Dang, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like I need to just wash everything better and try everything again outside of a hospital. I don't know. Like,
I mean, nobody could ever call you a fruitcake. You're allergic to everything.
my aunt did one of those it's like an entire like panel,
Oh yeah, the allergy test.
and dude, like there's like 8 different types of grass and shit. I was like,
Yeah.
So she was like showing me all this, and she's like, you might have this. You are related to me, and I'm like, I ain't doing all that crazy nonsense.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Dude, speaking of grass, I need to cut my lawn.
That's another thing I'm gonna do while I'm on baby leave is I'm gonna tear up all of it.
Yeah.
And redo the sprinklers because half of them don't work. And
See, I finally got my sprinkler. Like, the guy finally came and did my sprinklers a couple months ago, and like it's green. It's a lot of weeds, but like it's green. So,
oh yeah, you need the lawnmower, huh?
yeah,
Is that what you just brought it up? You want to take my lawnmower when you
I'm
leave?
gonna have to cut it. I'm gonna have to cut it, and then I'm gonna put some of that seed down, try and get rid of some of the weeds, because there is grass growing. So I'm like, cool. Like, I'm gonna try and nurture that, especially while I can, because the sprinklers are working. Everything turned green, starting to grow. I need to figure out what to do with the backyard, because the backyard is dead.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, my whole shit's dead.
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, 2 watering days is not enough.
Oh yeah, we did switch to 2 watering days, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I need to fix my sprinklers before I get in trouble.
Yeah.
When did we do that? Because I might already be in trouble.
You would have got fined already if you were going to.
I probably have been fine then. Oops.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need to switch. I think it was like October or something. It's been a couple weeks, and it's been about a month, and I haven't changed it yet. Oops.
49ers fucking suck.
So do the Cowboys. So did the Cowboys even win yesterday?
They didn't play. They play tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Monday Night Football.
Fucking get dog walked anyways.
Yeah, I'm not a big like fire the head coach kind of guy, and I love Kyle Shanahan, but I am fucking over it, dude. Like it, because I come from like watching the Premier League all the time, and fans are so hostile, right? They're like 3 losses in a row, get the fucking manager out.
Yeah.
Like game over. I'm not even like that in that sport. But Shanahan, you've lost 2 Super Bowls. You have, if not the best offense, like a top 4 or 5 offense in football. And you're putting up 17 points against the Seahawks.
Yeah. They lost to the Seahawks last night, right?
Yeah. And it was like you got Christian McCaffrey back, and we still can't score in the red zone. So I'm baffled like at what the offense is doing, because we don't look good either.
Yeah. Was that CMC's first game back?
No, second. He hasn't scored a touchdown. So yes,
2 games, no touchdown for CMC. That's
the longest stretch of his 49er career.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, he hasn't scored a touchdown in 11 weeks, but
but
he
games he's played in,
no, it's miserable. Like, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah.
Which is not like this offense at all. Because, like, I mean, last year we were explosive, big plays, getting involved. I mean, we had like 17 seconds left or something like that, and Shanahan he draws up a play to run a 3-yard in to Debo with only one timeout, and I'm like, you should have been doing this all game.
Yeah.
Like, he's not getting Debo involved, who's one of the most explosive run after the catch wide receivers in football.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have zero clue what we're doing. And well, I know what we're doing. We're running the football on 3rd and 8 or 2nd and 12.
Yeah.
And like we're just not setting ourselves up for success, and it's miserable to watch.
Yeah.
It's like going into this season, I was like, this might be the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it could be.
Yeah.
And then, like, because you just look at all the weapons, you look at
that
who
offense hasn't changed.
Yeah.
In the past couple of years, like you guys have had the same offense for 3 or 4 years now.
No, and then all the drama with Ayuk, all that stuff going into this season, and then they were talking about trading him to the Steelers, and I'm like if George Pickens was coming the other way, I would have taken that, and I would have given him a draft pick.
Yeah.
George Pickens is that good.
That dude's crazy though.
Yeah.
I've seen videos like of people talking about how George Pickens is like the NFL crash out. Like,
oh yeah,
dude is just wild.
Yeah, he's a nut, but I mean, he's so fun to watch.
Yeah,
and yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's about time though that Shanahan's gone.
Yeah,
or at least get an offensive coordinator in there that's actually going to call plays.
Yeah,
because I'm sick of watching this offense underperform week after week. I mean, we're 5-5 now.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's
but I mean, we're very lucky that everyone else in our division sucks too.
Mm-hmm.
But the Cardinals are leading it at 6-5.
Yeah.
6-5.
Yeah.
So, like, we need to catch them.
Mm-hmm.
We still have 2 more divisional games after this.
Yeah.
Need to win both of those. We need to beat the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not even looking like we're gonna be a wild card team.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I think the second half of the season is gonna be pretty wicked. It'll be wild to see how everything plays out. I feel like a lot of teams suck this year. I feel like it's such a meaty. Like there's like
a lot of teams suck, but there's so many good teams.
Yeah.
Because look at what happened to the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers lost their 3 best weapons, but then bring in a coach.
Yeah.
And like Justin Herbert looks better than he has.
Yeah.
With all those weapons.
Yeah.
And then they got a rookie wide receiver, Lad McConkey. I mean, what a stud.
Yeah.
Like,
talk about like a Wes Welker type guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
what
Hunter Renfrow was supposed to be.
Yeah. And Justin Herbert is very good.
Yeah.
And then and that's another thing too, is I love Brock Purdy, but we need to settle down a little bit. He's not in the same conversation as a Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. He can make every throw on the field, and he's not bad. But we need Shanahan's not helping him at all this year. And
the Chiefs finally lost too.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they won because the Carolina Panthers had the chance next week to do the funniest thing in NFL history. And be the worst team in football and beat the best team in football and knock them off their undefeated run.
Yeah.
But I said it on Saturday. I was like, this feels like the year for Buffalo to actually knock them off.
Yeah.
Because now they're only 1 game back for that bye week.
I feel like that always happens though. Buffalo will beat them. Buffalo will beat them in the regular season and look good all through the regular season. You get in playoffs, and the Bills are just in shambles in playoffs.
Well, so I think getting rid of Stephon Diggs, I thought it was a bad move. Mm-hmm. And then you look at how that offense is running now. Yeah. And you don't have somebody whining on the sideline because they're not getting the ball, even though you're leading by 28. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think it was a good move.
Amari Cooper looks good with Josh Allen too.
Yeah.
And Amari Cooper's one of those head down, let's just go to work type guys. But yeah, like you said, the Steelers too. The Steelers look pretty good. going away from Justin Fields was an awesome move.
Mm-hmm. And Justin Fields looked good for the Steelers too.
Yeah.
But getting Russell Wilson in that offense,
Mm-hmm.
like George Pickens benefits.
Yeah.
You know, they have weapons.
Get him in an offense that's always efficient. Like, it doesn't matter who you like. Mike Tomlin is so good.
Yeah.
That dude he's a Hall of Fame coach for sure.
Oh yeah.
And like getting a guy like Russell Wilson in there with a couple weapons, like you got Najee Harris, you got George Pickens, you've got a good offensive line. Like, Tomlin's done a lot better with a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, I mean, he had Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
And he went positive.
Yeah.
Above 500.
Yeah. Steelers will always find a way to be 1 or 2 games above 500 if they're not that good. Yeah. Like, we've seen them in our lifetime go 0-4, 0-5 with Big Ben, and then they turn out to have an 11-6 season or 11-5 season
in one of the hardest divisions in football too.
Yeah.
Like, they have the Ravens, the Bengals, like. Yeah, obviously the Browns aren't that good this year, but
there's been a couple years where all 4 of those teams play for contention. Mm-hmm. Like, they're all contenders. This year, obviously not, but like when they had Baker Mayfield for those couple years.
So the Bengals are a playoff team.
Oh yeah,
they've like all of their losses have been by 1 score,
and they've disappointed a couple times this year. But like it's still Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Like, you don't sleep on them.
And T. Higgins has missed 5 games.
Yeah.
So, and then look at what T. Higgins did last night. Like, he had over 100 yards, touchdown. Jamar Chase, I don't know how many yards he finished with, but he had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They came back
from
28-6.
You need both of them.
27-6.
You can't just have that's like the Cowboys' problem right now. We don't have a good second receiver.
Yeah.
All you got to do is throw a safety over the top and bump a nickel corner out there to help cover CeeDee Lamb. Cowboys offense doesn't do anything. The same thing with the Bengals. Like, you got just Jamar Chase. Like, Jamar Chase, he's good. Don't get me wrong. Like, he can be that guy. But you get somebody like T. Higgins in there with him, and it's a whole different story.
Yeah. I mean, Jamar Chase has been the best wide receiver in football this year. Like, and like, I'm just talking yards, efficiency, touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
That way, obviously, Justin Jefferson is still better than him.
Yeah. But Justin Jefferson's got Sam Darnold. Yeah. Jamar Chase has Joe Burrow.
And I think that's the difference. Is like, Jettas has done it with, you know, everybody that's played with him.
Yeah.
Like 100-yard games. So I just like that dude is insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean he's making Sam Darnold look a stud.
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold has played good this year.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you still have to get him the ball.
But yeah.
I don't know about the Cowboys. Like, their off season was so disappointing because you're looking at oh my God, why can I not think dude in friggin' Baltimore, why can I not think of his name? Running back
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick Henry. You're looking at Derrick Henry, you're not gonna pay him.
Yeah,
he wanted to come. And then he goes to Baltimore and he's having the best year of his career. Yeah, so I just I don't.
He looks like Alshon. What's that dude's name out of Boise State right now?
Genty.
Yeah. That dude puts up 150 yards a game. If he's not having a breakout game where he's putting up 250.
So
2 or 3 touchdowns a game.
So they had on Sleeper they had a discount on his yards this weekend on Saturday. The discounted yards was plus minus 162. Like, it was 190.
Yeah.
So you're like, what? Like, how can you even take that?
Yeah.
Like,
and people are still saying like that Travis Hunter's gonna win Heisman over him.
He will. I think Travis Hunter will, and I don't watch that much college football. I just think the politics around it. I think he will.
Yeah. Just because he plays both ways, like, but I mean, he's not. Don't get me wrong. Travis Hunter is a great corner and a great wide receiver. Like, he plays both sides of the ball.
Neither of these
very well.
Neither of these guys have like crazy hard schedules either. So it's Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Genty, I think he should be the front runner for Heisman, but everybody's stuck on the fact that, oh, Travis Hunter plays both ways and he's good both ways. Like, yeah, but like compare the stats and what they did this year.
Yeah.
And I do think that Boise State, because it's Boise State, like they don't have a crazy amount of weapons.
The fact that he's doing it at Boise State, though,
exactly,
it makes it even more impressive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can say the same thing for Colorado State. So
yeah, but Colorado State has, I feel, a few more weapons and a little bit of a better team than Boise State does, because you got the draw of Deion Sanders. Like you tell me Deion Sanders offers you and you don't want to go play for him?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah. I think he's going to the NFL.
Who?
Deion.
You think he's going to go coach the NFL?
I think the Cowboys are getting him.
God, I would love that.
I think the Cowboys are going to draft Shador.
No, he wants to go to the Raiders. Shador does. He wants to go to Oakland. Or, sorry, Vegas. Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, good for him if he does. I don't think he might. Coach Prime could go there, too. To be honest, they could use a head coach. So, I don't even know who's on the table for you guys. McCarthy's gone.
Yeah, he's got to go.
It's the last year.
Yeah.
Before we transition, I need to pee.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was kind of a hard transition, but
yeah,
I was like, coffee going through. I gotta go.
Yeah, the Cowboys need to change some stuff. Like I feel like we looked good for a couple years. Like we looked really good for a couple years, and it looked very promising. And
Dak got paid this year too, which
is
that's why
stupid.
that's like I was seeing everybody saying that Shador was gonna go there, and I'm like, but Dak just got paid.
Yeah,
nobody's taking that contract.
No,
like, you're not trading for Dak, so like you're gonna draft him, and then he's gonna sit on the bench. Like I don't.
That's how it should be though.
Yeah,
you should like. They should not. The pressure that they put on these rookie quarterbacks to come in and just dominate the NFL.
Bo Nix looks good.
And you'll get some like that. But what's going to happen next year when everybody has film on him in the NFL? We've seen that happen. That's what happened with Dak the first couple years. The first couple of years, Dak looked really good because there's no film on him. Brock looked really good the first year or two. That's what happens with these rookie quarterbacks. And some of them do turn out to be stars. But you get them on the bench for a year or two and, like, watch how much better they become.
Yeah.
You think Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes if he comes in and starts his rookie season?
I don't know. I think it just depends on who you're behind as well. Because, like what's Buddy's name in New England? They just starting him, Drake May. And, yeah, he looks good, but it's not like he was learning behind Jacoby Brissett. So I think that's who it is.
Yeah.
I think that's who he was sitting behind.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was that he was really like learning behind him.
Yeah.
So I was like, everybody was like, get him in there. Like,
yeah. I mean, like, and that's what sucks too, is in these situations where you have these young quarterbacks getting drafted first round pick, second round, or like first overall, like in the first round, and you're going to a team that doesn't have a quarterback. Nobody that has a quarterback is drafting a quarterback in the first round, unless that quarterback is out the door in a year or two, and you want to get a superstar out of college that you can sit behind, have him sit for a year or two just to learn the system, learn how everything's going, and then in 2 years when a Kirk Cousins retires, like, you got somebody that's going to step in and be awesome because you got to learn behind Kirk Cousins. And like, so it is rough in a system that's become that. And like Tom Brady said it, like, the game has been dumbed down so much because you don't have time to let these quarterbacks sit and learn a playbook for a year.
Yeah.
And then go in and know, like, okay, like, I know this playbook like the back of my hand. I know exactly what my reads are in every coverage, in against certain teams and different tendencies and all that stuff. So it's become a lot dumber of a game. It sucks because you're putting all this pressure on these guys fresh out of college to come in and just dominate the NFL, which is a totally different beast than what college football is. It sucks.
Yeah.
So then you do get these guys that come in and they play for a year or two, like what's the dude, Mac Jones, that was on the Patriots a couple years ago. Like, he looked very promising, played for a couple years, and just too much for him. Like, he didn't get to sit and learn.
Yeah, I mean, I think that team was
being
dismantled at the same time. So.
Yeah, but I mean, it happens though. Like, you gotta
and that's another thing too, is like we gotta start looking at like the weapons, like, cause like Caleb Williams might be like the worst quarterback out of his draft class.
Oh yeah,
like, and I think a lot of that has to do with, I mean, he's getting hit every play.
Yeah,
that offensive, like, he has so many weapons on that offense.
Mm-hmm. But that
offensive
he has line is garbage.
Zero time.
Yeah.
Ever. And so,
but
I mean, I don't know.
I've seen videos, dude, on the play, and I've watched a couple of his games too. The games that he has time, he doesn't do anything with it. Like, when he has time, he misses his target by 10 yards. Like, you're underthrowing that ball by 5 yards. Like, I see why DJ Moore's so frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, I see
but at the same time, like, you're a vet, bro. Like you gotta pick the kid up, because like you said, some guys you can't just throw them to the fire and expect them to, do something with it. Because I mean, and you can see that, like, it has been such a different change of speed for him, because he's used to being able to, like, spin out of stuff and get away from tackles and, like, extend plays, and he's having to try and do that every play.
Yeah.
And it's totally different pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we should get into these UFC fights, and we can start with the Jake Paul one, because it was first.
Let's go back. Let's start with the Max Holloway one.
Oh God, yeah.
So
I didn't get to watch it. We were camping that day. We were supposed to watch that one live.
Yes.
And
you were camping. That was opening weekend of duck season. I told Joey, I said I need 3 things to happen for this to be the perfect weekend. Yeah. Dodgers win the World Series, which we haven't talked about that either.
But I talked about it, so
you might have.
I did talk. You didn't listen to the podcast?
I did not listen to the last one. So Dodgers win the World Series. I needed to shoot a 2-man limited green opening day, and I needed Max Holloway to knock out Elliot Taporia. 2 things happened. The Dodgers won the World Series. I shot 2-man limited green, and my heart was broken when Max hit the canvas.
Yeah, and it was bad too.
Yeah,
it sucks, because I mean, he still has the BMF title, so I don't know who's coming for that. But
Mike Chandler said, "I'll fight Max for the BMF title." Dude, did you see? So I'm gonna fast forward to this weekend. Did you see Mike Chandler's post-fight interview?
Yeah.
Dude talked like he
won.
He won. And I seen something that said he's 0-4 in his last 4 fights, and he's talking like he just knocked out Charles Oliveira and won a title or something.
Yeah.
Like, buddy, like.
Yeah. I literally wrote that note. Like, Charles Oliveira is back though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he looks solid.
Yeah.
And you could tell as soon as that fight went to the ground. And it wasn't like he was just, like, he's one of the guys that's like, he's actually pushing when he's on the ground.
Yeah.
And I like
he
was trying to submit.
Yeah.
And so, like, I like watching him on the ground.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, like, just the way he was just standing in front of Chandler. Like, he was not scared. He was so composed. He looked so solid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you got...
But Hamzat is so different, bro. Like, if he can make weight, which I don't... How long has it been since he's fought in lightweight?
I don't know.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
So it's like, can he even make weight to defend that title, or do they like? Does he have to I don't know, like how
Hamza?
long.
What title does he have?
He still holds the lightweight. I was looking it up on Saturday because I thought that because it was a 5-round fight for Chandler and Oliveira, and I thought it was a title fight, but it wasn't.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Who did he take the belt from?
Oliveira.
Oh, wait, Hamzat did?
I'm pretty sure it was Oliveira that still held it whenever Hamzat won it. But Oliveira looks good. I need to get a freaking keyboard.
No, Islam.
Oh, Islam. Yeah. I said
it's
Hamzat.
Islam.
Yeah, my bad. Islam.
Yeah, Islam holds the title in that. So
yeah, but how long has it been? Because I feel like I haven't seen him fight in a minute.
Was his last fight Poirier?
Oh, maybe you're right. Yeah. I think I'm thinking of two different weight classes right
Let's
now.
see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, his last fight was Poirier in June.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was thinking of somebody totally different. I was thinking of a different
I don't know
weight
when
class.
his next fight is. It doesn't look like they have him scheduled for anything. He'll probably fight in January, February.
Yeah, so okay, I just sounded so dumb there. My bad. But yeah, Oliveira looked amazing, but
Oh yeah.
he almost got clipped at the end. That was crazy.
Did he?
Yeah, he almost got put away.
Dang.
And I think the ref was like, he's like dominating this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's up 4-0.
Yeah.
Like I cannot stop it here.
Yeah, he's got to get put out.
Yeah, because if that was in the first round, he's probably gonna stop it. Because Chandler caught him. He went down. And he started just wailing on the side of his head, ears, freaking back of the head. Like he was just hammer fist. Like he probably threw like 50 punches. And then at the end, you didn't see the highlights of that one.
Mm-mm.
At the end, Oliveira got his back, and
and
Chandler stood up and jumped
twice. I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Dude, I ask for people to do that every time I watch a fight, and I'm like, dude, he's got your back and you're standing. Like if you're on the fence, turn away from the fence and just jump backwards.
I mean, and that's got to be the most dangerous guy to do that against too, because you're literally giving him what he wants.
Yeah.
Like to be on your back on the ground. He's gonna choke you out.
Yeah.
John Jones.
Yeah, we debated this a little bit before.
This man is ridiculous. Like,
okay, but we get it. John Jones is that guy. It's Stipe. It's a 41-year-old Stipe Miocic. That's expected. Let's not have this conversation as if John Jones just like dominated like prime Stipe. That would be more of like, oh my gosh, jaw dropping, in awe. Like he's John Jones. And everybody's seen the Dana White clips. Pound for pound, best fighter ever. Like, and he dominated a 41-year-old, hasn't fought in 4 years, Stipe Miocic. That's expected. You have to expect that. There's no way you go into this fight and you're like, oh, Stipe, like, nobody went into this fight thinking, oh, Stipe's just going to, like, beat the brakes off this guy. No, everybody expects John Jones to go in and dominate.
John Jones is still knocking the rust off, though.
It doesn't matter. It's still John Jones. It's like saying Tom Brady comes back from an off season and like he's not Tom Brady. He's got to knock the rust off.
You're talking about an off season that's like 7 months though, as opposed to he's had one fight that lasted a round and a half in the last 4.5 years, 5 years. So.
That's more than Stipe has. Like I said earlier.
I don't think in that same time frame it's been
like 3.5, 4 years since Stipe fought.
I think 3 years, yeah.
Like it's an absurd amount of time.
I don't know. I thought it was very impressive. I did expect it. I'm not disagreeing with you there.
Yeah.
But I expect that with everybody that John Jones walks into the cage with.
Yeah.
So.
But like, see, it's the impressive thing. Like,
it is impressive.
Is it really that impressive?
It is impressive.
I don't think it's that impressive.
His-
If you expect it, if you're expecting that, it shouldn't be impressive. If that's what the expectation is, it shouldn't be impressive.
It's still impressive. I don't understand how you don't see that.
Because if that's the expectation, if I set an expectation for you, like, and I'm like, okay, this is what you should be able to do, and then you do it, I'm not like, oh my God, you did that?
It's so different though.
It's not. It's not. If that's what the expectation is, it's not impressive.
Okay, so what is impressive about, like, I mean, anybody in the UFC then? Because, like, I don't know. You're
like, if you get a first round knockout, John Jones versus Stipe, John Jones knocks him out in the first round, or chokes him out, puts him to sleep in the first round. That's impressive.
It was 3 rounds in a 5-round fight. Stipe is the most decorated UFC heavyweight of all time.
But he's 41 years old and he hasn't fought in 4 years.
Guys have won the title at 45.
Good for them. They're probably still fighting every year, though. They're probably at 45. You probably still have multiple fights a year.
But that's not John Jones' fault.
I know that's not John Jones' fault. And I'm not putting
Stipe was holding on to fight John Jones.
Yes, and I'm not saying that it's John Jones' fault. I'm just saying that if that's what the expectation is, you can't be impressed by it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I 100% disagree with you saying that he's ducking Aspinall.
He is 100%.
He's not ducking him.
Yes, he is.
You think he's scared?
He literally said he was before the fight. He said, "I'm not fighting Tom Aspinall." Like, his plan was to retire after this.
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm not fighting Tom Aspinall. I'm retiring after Stipe."
And then he changed his
That's ducking him. He changed his mind. He said, "I want to fight Alex Pereira."
He said that before the fight.
You're
mixing it up.
No,
so
but still,
he said he would vacate the title for Aspinall to fight because he wants to do fighting that is fun. He's done chasing titles. That is verbatim what he said. He's done. He's been there. He's done it. He doesn't care. He wants to fight for fun. And Alex Pereira would be the biggest fight of the century. Like, it genuinely would be.
Okay, but that's based off the names.
Yeah.
That's just,
what's bigger?
Bro, Tom Aspinall for a title fight.
Aspinall is not bigger.
How many of Tom Aspinall's last fights has he put the dudes out in the first minute?
He's not doing that to John Jones, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but he is the most impressive fighter for John Jones to fight right now. It's Tom Aspinall.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that came in to middleweight, won the title, fastest
Tom
ever.
Aspinall is the most regular guy in the UFC.
Yeah, he doesn't sell fights.
He would against John Jones.
Because John Jones would sell that fight.
Because John Jones has been ducking him.
No, because
Yes.
John Jones is the biggest sell in the UFC besides Poetan. 100%. Pereira is the biggest draw in the UFC.
Yes.
Yeah. Right behind that, John Jones. Everybody wants to watch John Jones.
Everybody wants to watch Tom Aspinall versus John Jones right now.
I think if you did a poll on it, I think everybody would probably want Pereira, because how impressive would it be for him to go from coming in at middleweight, and I get it, that first Izzy fight, he was walking around 6 months before the fight at 232. So there's no way that he should have been fighting middleweight.
Yeah.
Knocks out Izzy. Gets knocked out by Izzy.
See, him getting knocked out by Izzy, that's impressive.
Yeah, I get it. That is impressive. But then he goes up to middleweight, or light heavyweight, wins the title there.
Yeah.
If he goes up to heavyweight and wins the title against anybody but John Jones, there will always be the asterisk there. So if John Jones does vacate the title,
I think,
and fights Pereira at heavyweight, not for a title, I don't think Pereira takes the fight. So I think it has to be for a title. I 100% agree with you. I think the next fight should be
when he went up
John
to light
Jones
heavy,
fighting Aspinall.
When he went up to light heavyweight, did he have a fight before he fought for the title?
I believe so, yeah.
I think it should be the same thing at heavyweight. I think he should come up. I think
that's exactly what I was just saying.
Yeah.
Aspinall, John Jones. If John Jones wins, obviously Pereira would fight in between that because he is very prolific now.
Yeah.
He couldn't fight that many times at middleweight.
Yes.
Because the weight cut was ridiculous.
Yes.
At light heavyweight, he fought at 298, and then he was like, I want to fight at 300 too.
Yeah.
So like
and I think you do the Tom Aspinall, John Jones, move Pereira up to heavyweight to have him fight a heavyweight before that fight number 3 or number 4 or whatever, fight somebody top 5 in heavyweight.
That's also not how it works though.
And then you fight the winner of that fight.
That's not how it's, I don't think that's how it's worked with any other double champ though, or like anybody that's tried to become a double champ. Like, look, Izzy went up to light heavyweight and lost to Jan, but that was for a title.
Yeah.
Because if you're holding a belt, you're not gonna go fight just some random like 4th or 5th contender because the first contender is fighting for the belt.
Yeah.
So
which he could fight. So right now there's so you have John Jones as champ, Tom is interim, and then there's a number 1. Mm-hmm. Have him come up and fight the number 1.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but
who is the number 1?
I don't even know.
Because that depends too. Because
Cyril gone.
He hasn't fought in.
Yeah, I don't know. Did he fight? Has he fought since John Jones beat him? I don't know.
I don't know either. Let's see.
Yeah, I think that would be. I think that is the biggest draw, is Pereira versus John Jones. But even Dana said he's not going to make that fight.
Yeah, it's Cyril gone. So Tom Aspinall is ranked number 1 and interim.
Yeah.
But it's Cyril gone.
I don't know how.
Or Alexander. Even having fight Alexander Volkov.
That's another thing too. Is like you don't have an interim and a champion, so they have to fight.
Yeah.
Or John Jones, like he said before, but he did say in his interview afterwards that he's like, I'm not done.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I've been thinking about it, and he's like, I'm still here.
Yeah.
So I think Aspinall is the next fight that gets made, because you can't have a champ and an interim.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I don't think Pereira moves up to heavyweight to fight anybody but John Jones or Aspinall.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said, he doesn't want to wait that long.
Jump.
What if he dropped and took the belt from Duplessis? What if that was his in-between fight?
He's old too, though. He's
Who?
30. Pereira, he's 38. So
yeah. Have him fight up or move up and fight either Cyril
gone.
He's
38. Don't quote me on that. He's like between 36 and 38.
Gotcha. Have him move up and fight either Cyril Gahn or Alexander Volkov. Those are both 2 really big names.
I don't think he goes up to fight anybody but one of those 2 guys for the title. So I think he'll have another title defense. I think John Jones and Aspinall.
Who in his division is like, who in light heavyweight is challenging him?
I don't think there's anybody. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree with him moving up. Like, if he moves up, he should just go straight for the belt. He's a double champ.
Mm-hmm. I just imagine if he becomes the first guy
triple champ
in UFC history to win the title in 3 different weight classes.
That'd be crazy.
That would be.
As a triple champ, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see like what happens with all that.
Yeah. Because I mean, Aspinall fought like 2 months ago.
Yeah, so it's gonna be at least 4.
Yeah.
4 or 5 months.
Mm-hmm. So they'll fight. If it's Jones versus Aspinall, they fight in May or June. And
June's always the biggest UFC month. So
yeah, and then you have give Pereira a title defense in May or June.
Yeah,
which has already been a couple months. You gotta
have them
close.
Yeah.
But it's already been 2 months since he fought.
Yeah.
So he you got to think he's gonna want to fight again in like February. Which I mean, at the rate that he's going, he could fight in February and then
fight again in June or July.
Fight again in June or July.
December.
And then fight not even December. Have him fight in November.
Depends on how it goes.
Yeah. But
I mean, nobody's touching him.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Nobody has touched him. Like he's.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, I think he might be the fastest guy to ever be in that GOAT conversation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
And I think he goes down.
ridiculous.
I think by the end of his career, he goes down as pound for pound best fighter ever.
I don't know about pound for pound.
He doesn't fight. He doesn't get above John Jones.
I don't think so. I also like Khabib. I don't know if you can put him above Khabib. If Khabib would have fought a few more times, I don't think there's an argument for anybody else.
Yeah.
And
But
and
29-0?
John Jones coming back, if he never came back, and Khabib fought like a couple more times.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, because you have to look for rounds that Khabib lost. And,
Yeah.
I mean, Conor McGregor was the best
Yeah.
at that time.
Oh yeah, and he
just dog walked him.
he smashed Conor McGregor.
Yeah. I think that's it for us.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
This was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun to be back.
I know. I'm glad to be back. But baby life's good. Hunting life's only gonna get better. I think I'm at a low right. I think we're at a low right now.
Yeah.
But it's only up from here. So and then we can't wait to see Tom Aspinall beat John Jones.
I don't know what your deal is. You're one of those guys.
Well, what guys?
Hater.
I'm not a hater.
Yeah,
I'm really not.
You just gotta respect greatness.
I do. And don't get me wrong, I think John Jones is a great fighter. But when you come in and you talk about, oh, it's so impressive that he beat a 41-year-old, hasn't fought in 4 years, Stipe Miocic, and knocked him out, or TKO, or whatever it was.
It
like,
is.
It's not. It's expectation.
I don't know. I mean,
If that's the bar, it's not impressive. Going beyond the bar is impressive.
It's still impressive, dude. If you go into the octagon and you knock anybody out, it's impressive.
But when you're the pound for pound greatest fighter of all time right now,
so then just like even Aspinall wouldn't be impressive then. Whenever he goes in there and he puts Aspinall away within 3 or 4 rounds, then it's not going to be impressive.
not if it's expected.
It is expected. So we just don't ever appreciate anything John Jones does.
If Aspinall beats John Jones, that's impressive. If John Jones puts Aspinall out in the first or second round to sleep, that's impressive.
That is the expectation.
I think the expectation is for John Jones to put Tom, and I think that's more impressive than him beating Stipe.
Yeah,
because it will be impressive if he beats Tom Aspinall.
Mm-hmm.
It will be impressive. Is it expected? Yes, but it will be impressive.
So you
the faster. No.
You just contradicted yourself.
No,
so bad.
the bar is for him to beat Tom Aspinall. Like that's supposed to be the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he does it in the first 2 rounds, knockout or submission, that's impressive. If it goes beyond 3, it's not that impressive.
Okay, fair enough.
But I mean, for me, my expectation is for Tom. Like I think Tom Aspinall can beat John Jones.
I think anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah. Where that impressive line is, it's a little more fluctuate with Tom Aspinall because John Jones is the GOAT.
Yeah.
So I think if he beats him by decision, I think that's super impressive. To take 5 rounds from him, I think that's very impressive. If he knocks him out, that's very impressive. You just knocked out John Jones, who's never been... Has he been put on the canvas before? I think Gustafsson might have put him on the canvas.
He's had 2 split decisions in his career. So.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I don't know. Where that impressive line lands for Tom Aspinall, it's hard to say because he's fighting the GOAT.
Fair enough.
But all right, we're gonna sign off before we start punching each other.
Agree to disagree. I got boxing gloves in the backyard. We'll be live. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it feels good to be back. Thank you guys for joining us. Another episode of the BILS Podcast. Sorry, we missed one last week.
Yep.
Yeah, we still haven't worked on social media or anything, and,
Nope.
and life just got a whole lot crazier for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as always, we love you guys. Appreciate you. Catch you on the next one.
Peace.